Hey guys, welcome back. So I've looked through everything I could find concerning any tutorials or questions on either Facebook or on YouTube. Couldn't find anything. So in Oxygen, which is from the same company, which is why I'm bringing it up. But anyways, in Oxygen, you can set a global setting somewhere and then just change everything and then just click and then everything will apply. The global animation setting will apply and then it'll just work. Now here, it's not necessarily like that. I've gone through as much as I could and this is what I have. It's not the worst, right? So yeah, so that's what I have. So the way that is done is this part. I guess the best way to do it is not on the image itself, but on columns. That is, I think, a lot better to do. So that's what we're going to be doing. Right now it's on an image. I will change that, and we don't need this, so take that out. So here's what I have. It's DD animation 1. I left that there. All right. If we need anything extra, then we'll use DD animation 1. All right. But if we can add whatever extra CSS we want if we need to. So it's better to have it than not. So, but it's going to be on the column, okay? Because column will encompass everything that's inside the column. So you just target the column and you can animate the column. All right, so there you go. Cool. Now, animations, we're gonna have to do this every time. Animation type, fade, slide up. Let's use slide up. Now, in the global, the only thing that we have that is, oh, and we don't have typography. We'll do the typography sizes and stuff later. So just leave the type alone. We'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, that does not look like 3 rem gap. Oh, because that looks like 3 rem gap. Sorry, this is the back end. So transition duration, let's give it 400. That's good enough, I think. I usually use 0.3 seconds, which is 300 milliseconds, but it's about the same. I mean, it's not much of a difference. Okay, so in this second column, I actually have DD animation 2. And here, what I've done is, because I want this as a second one to pop up, I've added a transition. All right, I'll delete that and I'll add it again. Add item, and here you have duration, which should be, if we leave it alone, it should be global, and we have delay. We need delay. All right, so it's 400 for the animation, so delay should be enough that it's not like done. It should be whoa. It should come up around half is what I'm trying to get to. Okay, you don't want it all done and then the next one comes in. You want it to come in smoothly, just at enough of a stagger that it feels like things are coming in, you know, one by one, but not exclusively. All right, so together. So we're gonna go with 200. Okay, and yeah, leave that there. And now, if we duplicate this, it will have everything there. We have all our what is it? We have all our classes in there, and we can, you know, pull them around. Cool. Another thing that we can do that I think might be useful later on is add image column and text column. I might do that. Having more classes that sort of helps us target those specific columns easily later on is not a bad thing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add DD column image. There we go. Oh no, that's not it. That's not the one with the image. This is the one with the image. DD column image, and this is DD column text. Cool. All right, all good. So now all we need to do is duplicate them and just keep adding them, right? So this one, let's swap out the image for, yeah, teaching. Yep. And you don't have to, yeah, see, this is pretty easy. I'll pause this and I'll finish it and I'll get back to you, okay? Okay, just built out these 4, so duplicate that one into 4 of them. So now, yeah, see, like this slow load is causing problems for that animation, but if we go down, we'll see that happening, this happening, this happening, so that's good. Right? Now, if I wanted to be a little bit more fancy, I might have to circle them, but I don't think we need that because I'll use that later, but this is, I don't know. I will. She's gonna say, like, why didn't you do it on this page? Yeah, well, because I didn't do it. Yeah, I will do that. All right, so let's add, gonna do this again. Animated heading, there we go. Yep, all right. You want to see me do this? I'll do it right now. I'll do it real quick. So the effect will be, nope, none of that stuff. Wait a minute. Did I get the wrong one? It's dual heading? Yeah, it should be dual heading. Sorry. Nope, we don't need the animated. We need the dual. So that should be H. No. Come on. Stop. All right, H2. Secondary style should be academic, and this should be background. It's not a secondary style, it should be background. Okay, do I need to add a BR? Nope, that doesn't work. Did it? I don't know. Oh well. Delete that. All right, so we can use that. Secondary style could be the background line, or it could be the annotate. Box, circle, strike through, crossed off bracket. Let's do box. Am I having too much fun with this? You know what? No, I'll do that. That's fine. I like that. Okay, I'll keep doing this for the rest of the pages, and I'll see you after that. I'll pause this again. Okay, all done. All right, now one thing that I've noticed before and still true is that adding a line break with a BR, it's best that you actually just type it out somewhere, like type out BR and then paste that into these places. So if you look at this guy, I put in BR at the end here. You can't see it, but it's there. So that's why, and you can't type it in. You can't type it in this field. You have to just paste it, and it'll show when you look at the list, but it doesn't show here, but it will apply onto the front end. Okay? All right. I think it is because they're all in line and you can sort of highlight certain words in between, but it would be great if there was an easy way to break the lines, but this is the way that I found works. So if you need to do this, that's how you get it to work. Okay, so let's save it. And let's have a look at all the glorious stuff that we've done. Cool. If only the fonts came in sooner. Yeah. Well, They need a delay, seriously. Yeah, that's, oh well. I would have preferred having a delay. Maybe, I wonder if this works. No. Yeah, well, it would be nice if it actually started the animation when it is shown. Yeah, all right, let's see if we can find a way to do that. Give me a second. Okay, so there's unless we write something that works with rough annotate. JS annotate is it's very cool. I wanted to use that I wanted to implement it myself, but seems that it's already here, so it's good. But yeah, the best that I've seen that it can do is that when you are scrolling down, it's not like everything is waiting. See that this one is all finished, right? So if everything else was also finished, then you would not be able to see that last bit happening. So it is timed, but I need to give it a line break. It is timed, but it doesn't start at that moment. It starts like half a second later. So yeah, I'll add that line break there. So this has a line break because it is narrower, but here we go. So if I take that BR, right, copy that and drop it here, you can see it shows up here, but not here, right? But it will work like a regular line break, which is, yeah, I mean, it's the best we got with this, so I guess that's how it works. So that's good, and there we go. I think that's pretty good. All right, now all we need to do is duplicate another section and make that into the hero. Okay, so let's 12 minutes. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so exit about hero. Okay, all right, so we have this, so we don't need any of these guys. Let's duplicate that one. All right, let's change this to become the hero. All right, we're not using maybe we can use a dual heading. All right, let's move these columns around. So let's put that column up there. That's good. All right. Now, when we do this, you can see that it actually has column image with it. So later, if we need to control any or all of the images or whatever, it'll still work. Okay. Now, this is a hero section, so it will need its own height and its own class. Now, I won't play it, but when I was a child, now this story will have a conclusion, all right? When I was a child, I really liked magic. I still do, and I still perform it regularly, professionally, but I am a professional magician. I've loved magic since I was a kid, and when I was a kid, I saw David Copperfield fly across the Grand Canyon. And when he was doing that, he was flying from one side to the other, and on this side, there was a lady singing, okay? And she was singing Ode to a Hero. Her name was Bonnie Tyler, and she was in that sequence of David Copperfield flying in a yoga pose over the Grand Canyon. And he flew through like a big ring as well to show that he's actually levitated. Anyways, that stuck with me, which is why whenever I make a website, the hero section is called called Bonnie Tyler. Now, because Bonnie Tyler is the main hero, after that, smaller heroes for sub pages I need other songs that have hero in it. And of course, I'm sure you guessed it by now because of that mistake. Foo Fighters is another name that I use for the second page. And then I used to use Mariah Carey. She has another song called Hero. But luckily, Metallica and Megadeth both have songs with the word hero in it. So I use all those words. Now, Bonnie Tyler will always be hero number 1. Hero number 2 will be Foo Fighters. But here, this guy, right, and this guy are pretty much the same. They both have H1s. It's pretty much the same, right? So actually they're different in that this is not full height and this is pretty much full height. But then we have that, and then is this. So I don't know. There's not much going on here, but just in case, even if I give it the same thing, even if I give the same styles to that, technically this is a subpage after the home page. So after Bonnie is Foo. So I'm going to give this section, the hero section, Foo Fighters. Okay? That's just how all my websites are built. And I don't think you've seen any of my websites or my portfolio, but if you go to any of the websites that I've built, homepage will say Bonnie Tyler, subpages will say Foo Fighters. Sometimes the third level pages will say M. Carey or Metallica or M. Death, because if they see Megadeth, they'll be like, what's this? So I say M. Death. Anyways, that's where I'm at. So let's change this to Meet Karen, and it'll be an H1 now. Okay. This will be Meet. Give it a BR and Meet Karen. Cool. And we actually don't have text for this part, so I'll put that in there for now. The gap is larger here, as you can see, right? Larger than these guys. This is 120. So, and another thing is, yeah, that's different from this one. Another thing is, this is just the padding on this side. This image is actually full width on the right side. So it's not exactly the same. So we'll take out the gaps. Okay, no column regular. That's not a regular column. So we'll take out the gaps. And the easiest way to make this fit is to take away this. But if we use paddings, problem is that later when it's stacking on mobile, we need to take away that padding. The easiest way to build that text box that will work fine on mobile is to give it a max width. Now the max width should be what is it? The container half minus 6 rem, and then you give it the actual number. Don't do calcs, because if you do calc, it'll still be the same. Okay, so this whole thing is designed in 1200 container, so this would be 600. So half of that would be 600. Take away 600 is 30 rem. Take away 6. 30 minus 6 equals 24 rem. Okay, so this max width will be 24 rem. All right, so let's give it wrapper size. Let's see if we have any more of these. Yeah, we can use it here, right? Where else can we use it? All right, maybe we'll just give it a class and keep that there. Okay, so DD module width minus 1, 1. Does that make sense? Maybe. I don't know. I'll just do that. We'll remember it, right? All right, so this guy has size, max width. At least this one works. This is a good idea, right? 24. Cool. That is very cool. All right. Another thing that I think we might have forgotten is the container. No. I got it right. Yep. I used 1200 there, but doesn't really matter, does it? All right, so that's good. Now, we need to get these guys to vertically center, and we'll swap out this image. For the hero. Yep. Let's add a button. I don't know what the button will do. Check out classes. All right. There we go. All right. Oh, by the way, I've noticed that this button, the subscription button in the footer, if it stacks on mobile, it becomes 100%. We'll fix that later when we're going over everything once it's done. Okay. So, all right. So that's good. Now, what we need to do is we need to get these guys to sit centered. Done. Yay! All right, so let's see if this actually has that animation. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay. All right, cool. Now that's all good, but this has that bottom padding there. We don't want that, so let's take that padding out. All right. Foo Fighters will not have any padding in there. I don't know if that'll work. No, it's not going to work because it has to apply to the container inside. So we'll use that, Foo Fighters, and we'll go to sections, right? So if you look at this, you'll see inside Foo Fighters, the section container has that padding, right? And we don't want that. We actually want this to be pretty tall, right? So we'll give that thing the right height. Okay, so you know what? PD section. Foo Fighters, and let's add our other favorite classes, which would be Bonnie Tyler, Foo Fighters, and because this is not agency work, which not that anybody cares about the code and the agency, but still, it has my name on it, so and not the agency name. I'll just use Talica, and yeah, cool. All right, so Foo Fighters. I think both of these guys should have no padding top and bottom. So we'll do that. And oh no. Oops. So the section container should not have that, right? Yeah. Cool. That's good. And now we can see that it is a bit, no, yeah. No? What did it do? Why is it not there? BD section, body tyler. Padding none. Foo Fighters spelled wrong. Foo Fighters. All right, let's try that again. There we go. Now we have that. Right? Cool. That's it's showing what we wanted to show. The only problem now is that it is a little too narrow, a little too it needs more height. More height. Now this screen is probably a little, no, it's fine, right? Yeah, so we'll give it some height. Okay. One way of doing this that I like to do is if it's like a full image background, we're on like 26 minutes. I'll probably finish this before 30 minutes, so give me a second. If it's a full image background for the heroes, full image background, and the text is superimposed on top of that image, then it's good that you have like you give it a certain height, a fixed height, like I don't know, 40 rem, right? 40 rem or like 30 rem, or even if you want a good ratio, aspect ratio, you can give it something like 55 VW. Okay, that means that the height will be 55% of the width of the screen. Now you can do that. That works great. But what happens is when you go on mobile, you need something else. It'll have to, if you do 55, then you get the same aspect ratio, but on mobile you want it taller, so you want it something like 100 VW, right? So you give it, that's why sometimes a good idea is to give it a height of like 40 rem, and then give it a max height of 100 VW, and then you get that hero section to just work on all devices without any extra work. Okay, now one thing that we need to think about with this section, because it does not have a full image background, and because this image and this text needs to stack, we need to reconsider how we set the heights. Because if this is capped at 100 VW max, then the text will most likely, some of it will be cut off, or the text will be on top of the face, something like that, right? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to give it a min height and then not worry about it after that. Okay, so min height, let's try something that's like 55, which is 56, I think that's right, 56, yeah. I mean, so 1920, oh no, the height divided by 1920. All right, so if it's full width, the height 1080 is a little too tall. It should be around 800. We'll go with 850 divided by, it's not necessarily 1920. Nobody does that, I don't think. 1800 divided by 1800 is 0.47%. So let's give it 50 VW. All right, yeah, right. So min height 50 VW. Okay. Now, because it's actually directly Foo Fighters, we could probably go in here in the size and give it min height. It'll still work, but we're already here, so that's what we did. Okay, so now you can see that this is actually that high. All we need to do now is, 1200 with padding. Yep. Oh, the inside is not exactly 600. So how much padding is this? Do they all have? Horizontal padding is 20. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, over here. So it's 20 pixels. So it's 1 rem. We'll need to give it some more. This is getting to be longer. Yeah, give me a second. So let's go change that thing, the container. Yep. Horizontal padding, will give it 1 rem for the container, and the container width is 62. Okay, that will give us 1200 precisely, I'm pretty sure. $1,240 and then 1,200. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now all we need to do is make sure that this guy that should be taller. Why is that not taller? Why is this? Is there a gap? Does this have a gap? Does have a gap. We'll give it gap 0. You are not supposed to have a gap. Foo Fighters. All right. Where's the gap? 0. Oh, 0. Okay. No gap. All right. So that sort of is a little better. All right, let's see if we can push this down. Okay. So is this column, you see that? It's, yeah, it's 600, so that's good. 600, 662, which is exactly what we want here. Okay, that's good. So now all we need to do is, this is 700. Oh, that's why. Okay. 50. No. Min height. Let's give it 650. 33. 30. 30 rem. I don't know. Half of container. Container 1, 2. There we go. So that's 30 rem. Min height 30 rem. That should be enough that it fits properly. Yep. And I think we can just give it just a little bit of padding on top, and I think that'll take care of everything. So, so Foo Fighters will have pad. Now, remember, inside the container, it has no padding, but we'll give it some padding on top, just so it sort of pushes the image down, so it doesn't look like she's floating a little too much. So we'll give it 1 unit on top. Yeah, I think that should be fine. All right, Dropbox, sync, cool. Yeah, could be a little smaller, but that's about it. Yeah, looks good. So that's centered here, vertically centered, right? And now we go in, yeah, images come up. All right, so I think that animation sequence should be swapped around. So we'll take that animation 1 out. We'll give this guy animation 1 and not 2. Animation 1, and this gets animation 2. Cool. All done. So we have just finished the about page. Yeah. All the typesetting, all the spacing, the button, we'll fix all that in post, like a movie. Fix that in post. We'll fix that in CSS later, but as long as everything is looking relatively properly spaced, well, these guys, like that stuff, and everything is loading and animating as it should, then we're all good. Cool. Hey. All right, I will see you in the next video then. Bye.